Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Previously on WhatsMap, episode 1136, you may remember a map called Hex's Maze. It didn't really look like a maze, and when I went to review the map, I made a clear point that actually, in the time between planning to review the map and the map being reviewed, a new map had been released that looked much more like a maze by the same creator, under the same name. Yep. So we're going to be doing Hex's Maze 2 today. It's not called Hex's Maze 2. I'm doing the 2 in brackets because, well, it is the second. You know where I'm going with this one. It's not going to be the best map you've ever seen, but it's definitely going to be the quirkiest one. For a long while, anyway. But before we do any of that, this lady. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. So today's map is Hex's Maze by Hexdragon. Now episode 1136, they got 7 stars. I'm really hopeful for this map, or at least I certainly was before the review started. There's your start square, and I would say if you're going to have a start square, that would be the ideal place for it. It looks very much like a terrain height map that looks like a maze to me, and it is very maze-like. Resources are interesting. I would say probably the most interesting thing about the whole map is what you're looking at there. Fishing, if you want to do some fishing and you have Sunset Harbour, it's not very exciting. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, nothing required today. No DLC, no nothing. We'll be using the vanilla European theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT for obvious reasons. Apparently the map is sprinkled in environmental storytelling. Yeah. We'll do some storytelling later. Now the thing of course with Cities Skylines is it isn't really designed for vertical surfaces, so all of this zigzagging that's going up alongside there, we're not going to worry too much about that. Okay, that we can forgive that because it's not really designed for it. Then we have the road and the rail coming in via a ramp. Now the ramp is quite wide. We can agree that the white ramp is quite. Also, we've got a little bit of pixelization on there as well. But yeah, it's quite wide. You would expect the highways all to be able to fit on that ramp quite easily. And having said that, well, it doesn't really. It's been like drawn in way too quick, and it's very, very clunky. But yeah, the digitalization. It looks like this thing has been drawn originally from a height map of some description, without being smoothed out. And when we get to the top, you can see we actually have undulation. We have hills on the tops of these hedges. Also, we have not the cleanest entry for the road and the rail. Hey ho. Then once you're up here, up this level up here, you can see everything is done along the tops of the hedges. There are actually a couple of ramps down to get down to the lower parts if you really want to do that. And also we have ramps over here with the highways coming in and out as well. Shipping, we'll check out the shipping in a little while. You'll be very impressed by the shipping, I promise you. Then we have, well, this isn't even vaguely close to getting onto that ramp. I mean, okay. Fine. Come on, Hexdragon. I expected more from you. I expected so much more from you. That last map was so promising. Then we have again another ramp over here to be able to get in and on and up. So yes, all the interesting stuff is on the top of the hedges, and then you can use a ramp to get down into the bottom part of the hedges as well. Right, and now speaking of hedges, you will not be massively surprised by the intermission that I'm going to throw in today. It just seems to make sense. But yeah, you can follow, yeah, the maze is actually in the hollows, okay, not on the, yeah, I would open up one of these ends if it were me. Let the water in. Shall we do that in the second half of the show? Shall we let the water in? I think we should probably do that. Right, intermission time, and we'll come back for the shipping.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's Modular Hedge Maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
That's right, back to the shipping. You're going to be really impressed, okay? Let's start off with a really sharp right angle here. Also, where are you going to put your harbour? Maybe on one of those ramps. Okay, right. A really sharp angle here, but that's not the worst thing with this shipping route, okay? Then you're going to see, the bridges. The bridges, and one of them looks really low. So it's going to be definitely shipping clipping here. Plus the pillars are in the way as well. If I tell you, that is not the worst thing with this shipping route. Another right angle turn there. Well, not quite right angle, but you know what I mean. There's a right angle turn there. And then we have some ships. Hi, ships. Hurry along post haste. You won't get to your destination unless you hurry along post haste. And then you get to the worst thing with the shipping route. This is just, well, it's uncalled for. Let me show you what happens if you just let the game run. Here we go. Here's the boat. Here's the boat. And there's a wall. Are you going to go through the wall? You're going to go up and over the wall? Are you going to... camera steady. There we go. And it's going down. But no, it's going to climb. Wow. It's not going to make it. It, frankly, is that's as far as it's going to get. And it's just going to sit there. And it's going to sit there. And it's going to sit there. Fortunately, we haven't got any ships coming from the opposite direction. Or have we? There you go. The water's finished now. The water's finished. Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, we've got a little one over here as well. Yeah, the shipping route is a little bit broken. Anyway, that was the worst thing with the shipping route. The rest of it, apart from a couple of jinkies, or a jinky and a janky and a jinky, it goes off the edge of the map very nicely. Water flow, we have got some strong water motion there, but that is from start of map rippling. It's going to take a while for the ripples to settle down. Edge of map water flow only on this map. It's not really very strong for water flow. Okay, let's do some of this environmental storytelling. Well, once upon a time there was a forest. A little square of forest. And once little hobbits walked through the forest, they came to a couple of goalposts. And but their goal was actually to reach the castle at the end. It's a castle. What more have we got? Then they went on a separate journey, and they met a broken wall. And all the digitization of the terrain behind them made them wonder why the smoothing tool had not been used on the original height map. Then they went on another walk, and on this walk they went past some very large stone structures that looked like they were created by some sort of natural erosion or something. I don't know. Environmental storytelling. There isn't really much of a story going on here. It's kind of random prop spamming from what I can tell. Maybe there's a story that I am not seeing. The trolls caves. The 3 trolls. It's usually like 3 little pigs, but no, the 3 trolls. Lovely. Everybody's favorite factory. It's right there. It is right there at the end of that. I mean, you're going to be doing your city building along the tops of these hedges, and I don't really... Oh, more forests. Oh, sorry. Higher. Thank you. More forests. And with some trees that have fallen off the edge into the trough down there. And then some more forests over here. I mean, it is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Quirky is what this is. Personally, I think I just would have liked to have seen the building. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how I would have done this, to be honest with you. So I can't really criticise too much. But what I can tell you is we've got a rather your start square is right there. We've got a rather splendid asset of the day. I decided not to do quirky. I think we've had enough quirk with this map. Let's have a look at some quality. Mediterranean Urba Pack 2 by High Explosive Serenade. It's 3 separate units that you can put together in kind of any order, but strictly speaking, there's a corner unit, a left unit, and a right unit. So I reckon that this is the order to put them. And even on this undulated terrain, it looks really good. So I think there's credit to be given. Factoids. Because factoids. Quirky factoids today. Illegal gambling dens in 18th century England employed a man who had only one job. Okay. Handing out cash? Nope. Guarding the door? Nope. Making cocktails? Nope. It was to swallow the evidence if the place was ever raided. Swallow the evidence. I mean, come on. Unbelievable. Mediterranean Urba Pack 2 by High Explosive Serenade. Thank heavens for this asset. It's a high point in the entire show. Thank you so much, High Explosive. Boom. Okay, High Explosive. Also, I learned fairly recently that you can get low explosives as well. There we go. This is a little bit of trivia. Right, let's have a look. I did say we'd open up these walls. Let's open them, see if we can let the sea in, shall we? So if I grab the terrain brush there, make a larger brush so the water can get in. Bigger brush. We'll choose that height and we'll draw it straight out to the sea. And hang on. This is above sea level. It's above sea level. Oh, right, we're going to raise the sea level as well. And we'll flood this thing. One way or another, we're going to flood this thing. Okay, I know the highways are now going to be underwater, but I honestly, I just want to see what it looks like with water in it. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Phil, damn you, Phil. Phil. It will. It's going to. Anyway, yeah, 1-star map, 5-star map, blah, 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 blah. What do I think of it, though? Well, aesthetically, I think it is very striking. I don't think it's been done anywhere to the standard that I would want this to be, though. That I would have called the first map a practice map. Sorry, getting camera set here. The practice map, and I would have gone with this one, going, do you know what? Everything that I learned from the first one, I'm going to really push on the second one. It just doesn't really work at all, I'm afraid. I've got to go 2 stars. I'll go high 2 because I like the overall design. Detailing, yeah, I can't go higher than 2. I think it's even a lowish 2. Gameplay potential, not really inspired on this one either. It's going to be fairly difficult to build on, and there are bits and pieces about it which I'm going 2 stars down the middle. Hex's Maze by Hexdragon. I was really excited for this map. I've been holding back on it. It's been on my list for ages. I've got to say I'm disappointed, and I don't want to be. I wanted that to be a massive step up. The previous map got a higher score. I think it's probably a little bit more playable as well, despite also getting 2 stars. Anyway, long story short, we've made it to the end of the week. Thank you very much. Hex, do us another one, but spend a bit of time on it, my friend. We're there. Use the words of the day, and the population points will be yours, just for fun. And we'll be back on Monday with more What's Map. Thanks for watching.